Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Ethernet Community Wrestling Presents United Through Wrestling, our Thursday show. Today it's coming out on Friday because my life sucks. Yay. We'll go into that kind of stuff a little bit later, but first of all, let's give a round of applause to the lightweight tournament that has been going on the last 2 weeks. Okay. These matches have been incredible. Everybody's doing great. We're blowing on through everything. Everybody's having a good time. So, without further ado, I think we are going to start our first lightweight tournament match of the evening, which is Inkling versus Little Mac. Oops. And let's get started. As everybody knows, the tournament has been underway for the past 2 weeks. We've had quite a lot of matches go down already. Some upsets, some upsets are definitely not upsets. Some of the outcomes definitely what we were assuming was going to happen. Other ones surprised us a little bit. If the Wi-Fi wasn't so terrible, I would be looking up right now to see the outcome of the previous matches. Here we go. Okay, so Villager beat Fox, Zombie beat Ice Climbers, Jigglypuff beat Toon Link, Dark Pit beat Pichu, Kirby beat Lemmy, Olimar beat Zero Suit Samus, Pit beat Meta Knight, and Diddy Kong beat Mii Fighter Brawler. So those are the matches that have currently happened. Today we have Inkling versus Little Mac, which is happening right now. We have Young Link versus Mii Fighter Gunner. We have Steve versus Sheik, and we have Ness versus Lucas. Brothers going up against each other. The two of them will be fighting together earlier in the night in a tag team match against Falco and Wolf. So we will definitely see what will happen today between those two. Will they implode during the tag team match? Will they work together in the tag team match to try to make short work of the match so that they can go right into the tournament as healthy as possible? We don't know yet. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we get some great matches out of these guys. Not really worried in the slightest about them not having a good match. I mean, it's Lucas and Ness, two of the best in any weight class. So yeah. And so Little Mac taking out Inkling. I know I didn't have Little Mac winning in this one, so that is definitely a shocker. Man, 2 stocks. That's a pretty big deficit for Inkling to have to come back from, especially with this being early in the year. Next we have if I can find Mac, there he is. Next we have a heavyweight match between two people who definitely spend a lot more time in the tag team division than they do their own weight class division. We have Donkey Kong going up against Richard. Donkey Kong being a little more experienced in the singles division than Richard. Richard never having fought in the singles division so far. So we shall see how everybody does. Now, when it comes to why a lot of these matches aren't, or a lot of these events are not coming out on the day that I'm promising them to be coming out, or even advertising them as coming out. Like I have this one advertising as coming out yesterday, even though I'm going as far as live streaming it to be yesterday, which is only going to be confusing to the people watching live on stream, or on Twitch, I mean. So let's hope that we can get some people in here that just kind of. Oh, I gotta change the name on here. What? Yep, I gotta switch the stream info. Yep, and right now we have Richard going up against Donkey Kong. Richard looking pretty decent right now, going up against a seasoned veteran in a couple different divisions. Donkey Kong definitely not doing as well as you would expect him to do in Openweight last year, but, and I mean in his singles division too, he's 1-3 last year, but definitely both of these guys, huge deals in the tag team division, both former champions. Donkey Kong, Banjo-Kazooie being one of the longest reigning champions, Simon and Richard being the ones to take those championships away from Donkey Kong and Banjo, and then losing the titles in their first defense against Donkey Kong, Banjo, and I believe it was Ness and Lucas that ended up taking the championships away from them, if I am not mistaken. Seem to be doing okay with our stream right now, not wigging out. Yep, Ness and Lucas beat Simon and Richard. And then 2 months later, Ness and Lucas lost the tag team championships to Villager and Isabel. Now, the way that it works is Isabel could have become a double-belted champion if she hadn't lost the championship earlier in the night to Villager. So Villager then became only the second two-time double champion, with Ness being the first, both with the same championship, lightweight and tag team. So definitely the lightweights stealing the show last season, especially when it came to tag team division wrestling. But also, I mean, with us starting with the lightweight tournament this year, not a mistake, not a fluke. That's they deserve it. And Richard, first match ever outside of the tag team division, and he picks up the win over Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong now being 1-4 in the singles division. Definitely somebody that will be sticking around in the tag team division. Now we got an interesting little match here against Greninja and Link, two people that I don't think have ever fought, including tag team, if I'm not mistaken. Link being one of the best last year, upper tier. Greninja being in that second of, there was like thirds. He'd definitely be in the second. The middle, definitely a middle of the ground champion, challenger. Yeah, these guys don't have a history together, which is always interesting to get these brand new matches from people that have never fought before. Always fun to see them, see who will come up on top. We really don't get a whole lot of inter-division people like Greninja and Link are, or especially when you have two people who fight in two different divisions, three if you count Openweight, for the two of them to never have fought. And sorry to do this again, but when Terry and Robin in the Openweight Division comes up, I'm gonna have to go use the restroom. I might even do it now. I don't know. I might do it. I might just do it. We're gonna do it now. Actually kind of surprised that Link would take a +2 over Greninja of all people. Greninja definitely not somebody to slouch on. I am hoping that one thing that we're able to do is really start to finally get the following that I've been hoping and waiting for on Twitch, because that is one of the platforms that I've been looking forward to the most, trying to get into, especially when I'm able to do stuff live on Twitch. Whereas with YouTube, it's a little less likely that I'm able to go live. I mean, there is ways to do that, but I'm not good at them. So. Anybody that's watching live right now, thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support. course, are having issues with our online stuff, which is fine. We'll figure it out. And we have a winner in Terry. Not that's actually it's definitely not an upset, but it's definitely shocking to have Robin lose 3 stocks down when all of last year she pretty much, or he pretty much, depending on who you ask, pretty much dominated the Openweight Division. Next up, we have a tag team match. Oh, let's put this on top. We have a tag team match between Roy Chrome, if I can find them, there they are, and Pika and Pichu. Now this one's going to be a fun one. It is a heavyweight and a middleweight going up against 2 lightweights, and it's definitely not gonna, I don't find this to be a blowout scenario, especially when you look at how well lightweights have done in the past. Welcome everybody that's on Twitch right now watching. Hopefully it's not buffering for you guys as bad as it is for me. Make sure to go follow or subscribe or whatever to ENC on Twitch. Whoops, this thing is way back out of the way. There we go. Follow on Instagram at ENC underscore wrestling. We've got a YouTube page, a Twitch page, the Instagram account, a Patreon page, which I'm still very, very excited about. Was something that I wanted to get done, just to kind of say to myself, this potentially is something that people would actually search out, and I just think that it would be really, really cool to start getting a following on here, whether it be through any of the accounts on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, or Patreon. Now, one thing that I have been flirting with the idea of doing is a stereo app podcast. It would be something that I would do while I am editing videos, or if I can get somebody else to do a show with me, and the 2 of us would just kind of shoot the ship, as they might say. Yeah, it's just something that I've been thinking about doing. It's kind of like the Instagram page, where the Instagram page was definitely something that I said a while ago I wanted to do, and it took a while to get going. And part of that is all just to circumstances, what's going on in my life, priorities. Everybody knows that real life has to take precedent, unfortunately, when considering these ideas that are in my head. Now, during the next match, which is a triple threat, I'll kind of go into a couple personal things, just to let everybody know what's going on a little bit more with my personal life. Not going to go into a bunch of gruesome details, but definitely want people to understand that I'm not just, slouching, screwing around. If I promised you guys I'm going to do this on a Thursday, unless something real drastic comes up, I'm going to be doing it on a Thursday. So the fact that I haven't been able to do any of the weekly shows live really, really hurts to have to do. So I will go into that a little bit more after this match. It is over. Yeah, definitely not a blowout of any sort. Roy and Pikachu going 0-0, and then Chrome picking up 2, and Pichu going down 2. I'm actually surprised that Pichu didn't get that knockout when Roy took himself out. I'm kind of surprised about that one. But, like I said, moving on, we are going to have a triple threat. Definitely not rare to have triple threats here, but definitely not something that I seek out as often. Let's see if I can get this right the first time. And I did. Yay! Now, going past the triple threat is going to be a lot harder, especially when we've got very limited space in the general region of where the title cards are that I have now. Let's get this show on the road in the Middleweight Division between 3 people with 1-0 records this season. One of the criticisms about having this kind of match is, well, you have 3 people that are on a winning record, 1-0. One of these guys is going to be going 2-0. The other 2 are going to be going 1-1. Don't you want to have as many people doing well as possible? My argument to that is, in a triple threat, there's the possibility to have sudden death wins or sudden death losses, I should say, because a sudden death win still gets you 2 points, sudden death loss gets you 1 point, loss altogether gets you 0 points. We did have the Rosalina, Peach, and Daisy series that I kind of want to mimic, but not 100% mimic, because, like I've said before, Rosalina was 0-0, lost in sudden death, so she's 0-1, and then lost to Daisy in regulation, which meant a loss, which then put her at 0-1-1. So the likelihood of her playing again in the near future is kind of slim, whereas Peach is 1-0, Daisy's 1-0-1, and then Rosalina 0-1-1. So Rosalina will play again. It's just a matter of, if she does lose again, especially a regulation loss, then it's going to be tough for her to get any matches past that point, because in ENC we definitely reward people for their potential for winning. In the most layman's terms is just, if you win, you get more matches, and that's how we do stuff around here. I like it that way. It's how I run my teams when I coach. If you, in any way, shape, or form, bring points or bring wins, or do anything that shows improvement to the team, to your individual self in general, then you're going to be getting more playtime. You're going to be fighting more often. Hero getting himself taken out after wasting a sleep shot at Min Min. Let's see which one of these ladies wins this match. Got about 2 minutes left with both of them with 1 stock, so I don't really see this one going to sudden death, which is unfortunate. So, with it not going to sudden death, I don't really see the 2 people that lost going head to head, unless they are tied in points in the top 10. Then they would be fighting against each other. But the likelihood of the 2 of them getting into the top 10 with 1-0 or 1-1 records, Min Min picking up the win here, is slim to none. Woo! good from that one. Have I been saying Joker this whole time? Ah, that's funny. I had Hero in here. I will switch that out to Hero. That will not affect Joker's record. Whoops, that was a big oops on me. Let's see, who can we add Joker to? How many more middleweight matches do we have? 2 more middleweight matches. Yeah, okay. So that was all on me. Whoops, sorry, Joker. We're gonna add you. We're gonna add Joker to another match to make sure that he gets himself a fair match. Next up, we have the second lightweight tournament match of the night. We have Young Link going up against Gunner. This match is very exciting. There's a lot running on, relying on if Gunner can pick up a win for the Mii fighters. Let's get this one going. Young Link desperately needing a win in any division, really. Not just his singles division. We're about a match away from the halfway mark, which would then put us at 3 minutes away from 30 minutes, and we are 1 match away from the halfway mark. So we are at a good hour pace, unless some of these matches go long. I've been finding that a lot of these matches are going, or a lot of these cards are going to about an hour and a half, which is not awful. I'm able to get through it. I know that it's a little difficult to try to keep attention, like the attention span and everything like that, to an hour and a half. So I totally get that, but in some cases it's difficult to keep it under an hour or under an hour and a half, because I want to get as much done as I can in the course of a match. Watch out for the fish. Who else wants to see that polar bear be a playable character? I definitely do. I'm really hoping Eggman gets to join the fight after Pyra and Mythra, right? That's her name, Mythra, and Pyra become playable characters. If I remember right, all of the characters that are coming out in the DLC still will be this year, in 2021 still. Mythra and Pyra. Oh, that popped my back a little bit. Felt good. Man, both of these guys taking heavy damage. A guy and a girl. Both of these people taking heavy damage here. Young Link definitely needs to take as little damage as possible right now. The fish coming in with the upset, taking out Young Link. Could have taken out Gunner too if she hadn't been a little faster than Young Link was. We are now at a level playing field when it comes to percentiles, but Young Link has a ways to go now. Nope, this is definitely still a winnable situation for Young Link now that now that Gunner went down a stock. Are we playing on an iceberg or are we playing on a mountain? Because I've always been kind of confused by that. I'm pretty sure it's an iceberg because we end up in the water, but if we're this high into the air, does that mean that we are on a mountain? Are we just an iceberg on top of a mountain and then we're gonna slide down like right now? I think that's where we're at, deciding wise, is we are a tiny little iceberg chunk on a mountaintop. We're gonna slide down this mountain until we get to the water, and then we're gonna be a tiny little iceberg for a while until a mountain just magically appears out of nowhere. Young Link getting taken out by Gunner, the first lightweight win for any of the Mii fighters. Very, very exciting. Happy to see it. We're going to move on to our next match, which is Bowser Jr. taking on Bayonetta in the Openweight Division. I had that right. I should have just went with my instinct. Openweight Division. Two heavyweights going at it in the Openweight Division. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's say, oh, that's not a tournament match. Get out of there.
3, 2, 1, go!
I was doing some promotional stuff. Stuff done. Look at us. These guys really taking it at each other right now. Not surprising, both definitely on the competitive side of things. Bringing in the fire, interesting. Bayonetta really keeping herself composed, even though she was really struggling on the edge there of the battlefield. Both of these guys are 0-1 in the Openweight Division. Ooh. Openweight Division, these guys are 0-1. I'd have to double check to see what these guys are in the Heavyweight Division. I know that Bowser Jr. is not great when it comes to the so in the heavyweight division, Bowser Jr. I do have information on him, but not Bayonetta at this current moment. He is 2-4. Bayonetta's 1-5-1 in the heavyweight division. Bayonetta picking up the point here today. We are moving forward swiftly. Good stuff all around. Good stuff. Now we're going to move on to the tag team division. We're going to have Lucas and Ness, who will be fighting later on today, going up against Falco and Wolf. This is definitely going to be a pretty fast-paced match, I believe. We've got middleweight and 3 lightweights going up against each other. At least I think Falco is a lightweight. Let's get this stuff going, people.
3, 1, go!
Falco is a middleweight with Wolf, and Lucas and Ness are lightweights. Definitely does not mean that Lucas and Ness are at any sort of disadvantage. The two of them play pretty much seamless against each other. And the platform going away almost took out both Wolf and Falco. Definitely something that I forgot happens on this stage. Was very much confused as to what was happening. Yeah, this is a good solid match to have, because all 4 of these guys are definitely some of the best when it comes to consistency, I feel, at least. Man, taking away the stage again. Oh, and Wolf really taking himself out there. Definitely not good so far for Wolf. Let's see if he can pick it up a little bit going forward. Everybody at 2 stocks except for Wolf, who is down to 1 stock. So one thing that I promised that I would do that I didn't do was talk about my health and my health issues and everything. I actually was in the ER last night with some stomach and others related issues. Unfortunately, I have anxiety disorder that causes convulsions. I also have cyclical vomiting syndrome and IBSD, depression, clinical depression, and then the anxiety disorder that I already talked about. I'm supposed to have had my gallbladder out this week, but my insurance has not accepted the claim yet, or whatever it is, which is a big bummer, but we're just trying to get this stuff figured out right now, because we're thinking as soon as my gallbladder comes out, I can start to feel a little bit better, because right now I definitely do not feel good. So hopefully once that comes out, and actually another personal life thing, I'm going to be moving to Big Rapids after I get married this summer. So when my fiance and I move, I'm hoping one of the cool things that I'm able to get either from my birthday coming up or from the wedding itself or something like that is a Switch, so that I can start wow, okay, that was an ending. I can start doing this stuff on my own. Lucas and Ness with that fireworks of an ending. Holy crap. Definitely not a whole lot of wow. Wolf with a -4. That is not good, buddy. Falco with a +2, and then Ness with the +2. Not an excellent score there, buddy. moving on to the heavyweight division. We have Ganondorf taking on Samus. Yes. Just wanted to double check. Because I did the thing earlier. Accidentally taking out Joker, putting in Hero. Hopefully we can find a slot for Joker to fit in later on, but we shall see.
3, 2, 1, go!
Got Joker in there so that he can join the match that he's going to be a part of later. Not shocking that this is a heavy hitting affair between these two. Going to be lots of volleys, lots of heavy moves. Just being really smart with where they're landing their punches and such. Yeah, just getting it done, really. Ganondorf coming out on top in that exchange, which is good because he needed that. Definitely doing being a little sketch with staying next to the edge, especially when he has, especially when he has that high damage. Samus took advantage of it. Ganondorf just wrecking Samus with some heavy hits. Landing perfectly. Samus really needs to hit something here because he's struggling. She's struggling right now with hitting anything. I know she's up a stock, but she's really got the tide can turn in these matches pretty quick. Yep. Definitely an interesting match to see who's going to come out on top. And it is Samus with the win. And that is kind of a surprise. Samus, definitely not great last year in the heavyweight division, going 0-4. Ganondorf going 9-8 last year. But Samus taking this year by storm with picking up as many points as she can. Definitely impressive to watch. Whoops, that's not what oh gosh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, we got that, we have that. Jeez, that was a lot harder than it needed to be. We've got Steve going up against Sheik next in the third of 4 matches here today for the lightweight tournament. By the way, these matches here are deciding who is going up against previous winners of the first round in the second round. And one thing that I do plan on announcing here today is who is going up against other people in the next round. like I said, we've got Steve versus Sheik, and then we have Lucas versus Ness in the main event. I'm really trying to get these matches as the first and last matches of every single thing that they are a part of, because they are huge matches. Ooh, excuse me. The only thing that they're not going to be the finals of, or the final match, the main event of, would be at the pay-per-view event this coming weekend on the 28th, in 2 days from now. Very excited about that. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that happening. Gonna have some pretty exciting championship matches going down, along with 5 lightweight matches, the 4 tournament matches that have been promised for the match, and then the 5th one being Alamar, who won a chance to go up against the champion. He was Alamar was part of the restoration match, and then in the end ended up getting himself a #1 contendership match, which then he won, and so he will be going up against Villager this Sunday, which is very impressive and very exciting to have Alamar finally getting up there in the championship circle, potentially championship circle, but definitely right now in the championship title talk. Oh, nice work by Sheik. Definitely still something that she can come out on top with. Steve and Sheik both taking a lot of time to go against the whatever the heck this thing is. It'd be good to know what it is. Let's see who can come out on top in this, because right now it's definitely a crapshoot on who is going to take the win. If Steve could have detonated that TNT, he 100% would have won that match at that point. But we will see who comes out on top. I highly doubt a lot of people had Sheik winning, rightfully so, if you look at this match specifically. But what a dominant performance by both people, really taking it to each other, really impressing me. Sheik did, sticking in there, just trying to get as much offense in as humanly possible. We are heading to the heavyweight openweight division. Yeah, openweight division, to see 2 more heavyweights going at it in the openweight division. Both did not have a huge presence in the openweight division last year, but could definitely turn out to have a future in a future in the openweight division if they can win this match here today. This is one of my least favorite stages, because it never really shows how well a player can do, how good a player is, specifically because of all of the shenanigans going on around the match. Even the best players end up getting caught up in the the little windows of sight or whatever, however you want to call those, and getting taken out. And I love to see matches where people just completely ignore that entire side of the match itself and just go at each other, and just make sure not to be seen, just like that. Man, there's an excessive amount of these ladies coming in to watch right now. A lot more than I usually see, which is just super frustrating. When you know me and know that I'm not a huge fan of it in general. These two are really taking their time with this match here. Dark Samus getting hit by that line of sight thing, but still sticking in there with his 3 stocks. There you go, now he's down to 2. I could definitely see this one going to sudden death if they can keep up the pace that they're at right now. Definitely would not be shocked to see it that come to that, especially when, you know, there's 3 stocks. And, oof. That was not cool. Yeah, Dark Samus getting screwed by the stage again, twice in this match. That's the kind of thing where if it's a match where the people involved in the match are just going at it, they're doing just some insane stuff, really taking it to each other, and then you have that stupid lady come in and ruin everything. That's just super frustrating. Super frustrating to see. And Dark Samus picking up the win here, phasing into himself. Pretty dang cool. Yeah, definitely a match that could have done without the surrounding bull. This match is interesting because it was going to be 2 people going up against each other, but now we're going to be adding a 3rd person to the match, which is the Joker, because I oopsied the last one. It was going to be a all-women's match between Lucina and Zelda, but because of me screwing up everything with the last match, we're going to add Joker to this one. Yeah. So all three of these guys are 1-0 this season. Lucina 7-6-1 overall. Zelda 8-6-0 overall. And Joker, I believe, is 1-6-0 overall. So if he can pick up a win over these two ladies, could definitely see him climbing the ranks a little bit, which would be completely shocking, considering his the way that he fought last year. Now, is this the same type of place that we're fighting in as the one match with that ugly wiggly thing in the background, I assume? Lucina and Joker taking falls early. Zelda keeping her cool, despite the fact that this arena is moving in a circle. One other thing that is super frustrating is sometimes I'm super talkative, able and feeling really, really good, and am able to keep my concentration going. And sometimes I just don't really feel good, and so I kind of am lacking in the being interesting area of commentating, which can get pretty frustrating sometimes. To try to have to deal with. Yeah. Lucina is definitely getting saved by the stage here. She was in some pretty big trouble when she got stuck there a second ago. This match, this arena or stage is just pretty intense, pretty crazy. And I don't know how I feel about it. We are 1 minute away from the hour mark. We've got a bunch of more matches to go. Probably going to be going until an hour 30, which is not bad at all. We can do it. We can do it, folks. Just chugging along. Joker going down to one stock, joining Zelda and Lucina. Lucina, by the way, struggling, or Joker is struggling down there to get back up. Definitely getting saved by the stage right now when it comes to nobody wants to go for him to fight him, so he's just kind of sitting there, you know, waiting on oh dear. Waiting on the girls to come and find him. I believe, yep, Zelda is out, got stuck in the stage. Joker definitely is stuck right now. Lucina's got to come for him. Joker trying his best to get out. Lucina can finally find him and get taken out by the last second add-in of Joker. Really took advantage of my screw up. Lucina with a -1, Zelda with a -1, and Joker picking up the big 2 points going into the next match. Pretty impressive from the man who wasn't even supposed to be in the match to begin with. And we are moving on to the heavyweight division. Just two guys this time. Oop, two guys. We got Ike going up against Captain Falcon. this is a good stage for these two to fight on, because these two are just big brutes fighting the crap, like beating the crap out of each other, fighting for everything. To have nothing really there to ruin that at all is kind of a good way to have this match going. Captain Falcon taking care of the side of the map stage, or part of fighting. Oh, nice. Ike using the surroundings to take out Captain Falcon for his first stock. Captain Falcon trying to use those legs to kick the crap out of Ike, as it were. Both guys using their surroundings well. Let's see how they do with this little pit stop here. Ike in a lot of trouble so far. More surroundings coming in to factoring in. I always forget that those little guys are driving around. The shy guys, I believe, are flying around. Ike, really lucky that you're able to phase through the stage there, or he would have definitely been out already. Captain Falcon just trying to hold on to that second stock. Even though he's at a high percentage, I think he could potentially hold out to get that 2-stock win. Nope, and Ike is able to take him out to bring it down to only 1 stock for the winner. And Ike definitely made it a little more easier for himself, hopefully, to get that win. But Ike not able to get back to the stage in time. Captain Falcon picking up the 1-point win, giving Ike a -1 in the process. And those weird little yellow nipples are off our screen once again. Now we go to Gunner being in the tournament, to her 2 partners being in a tag team match together. We have the Mii Fighters going up against Donkey Kong, who already fought today, and Banjo. We'll make sure that this is a tag team match and get all this stuff situated so that people know what's going on. Yeah, so Donkey Kong and Banjo already at 2-1-0. The Mii Fighters got a win in their first match, but I believe it was Gunner and Brawler together and not Sword and Brawler. But obviously because Gunner was in the tag team tournament, they didn't want to risk her having to overdo it at all, so she is not in this match. Oh no, wait, their first win was against Peach, Daisy, and Rosalina. Now that I think about it, so all 3 of them were in their first match together. Now that I think about it. Both Mii Fighters right now down to stock against the 2 heavyweights that are both at 3 stocks apiece. Sorry if the screen or me gets a little shaky. My convulsions are kind of coming back a little bit. Donkey Kong going down a stock. Let's see if Banjo can hold on to his stock a little bit longer, and that doesn't seem to be the case. But the longer you're able to hold on to those stocks, especially that first one, the better. Yeah, because you've got Brawler with 1 stock, Sword, Donkey Kong, and Banjo all with 3 stocks. Oh, Swordman going down to 1 stock. So we've got the Mii Fighters at 1 stock apiece, we've got Donkey Kong and Banjo at 2 stocks apiece. Donkey Kong was really wrecking Swordman up against that shack there a little bit. Mii Fighter's really bringing the fight to Banjo and Kazooie. Just do not pack enough punch to be able to take them out right now. I think they just need a little bit more time to get used to each other, and there it is. I wouldn't call that a blowout, but it's definitely something that that could be considered one, depending on who you ask. Banjo with a +2, Donkey Kong with a +1, Brawler with a -2, Swordman with a -1. Alright, let's get on to our next match. Here, it is going to be a lightweight versus a middleweight in the Openweight Division. The lightweight being Alex, and the middleweight being freshly minted middleweight Pac-Man. Now let's get these switched out. And let's get this show on the road. Last 5 matches here today, people. We're gonna be running at that hour 30 mark, pretty close. Not shocking at all. Definitely looking forward to that little longer run time for myself specifically, getting to add in more matches. It's always a lot of fun to see everything going down. That's not Birdo, but it always reminds me of her for some reason. This match may have to be eliminated from contention for matches, arenas that can be used, just because of the fact that you're able to bring in a computer. And unless Alex gets a point for taking out that computer, it's going to be real hard for me to say, yeah, it's fair to have somebody have a 2-on-1 scenario. Definitely not currently a fair thing to have. Nose is itchy. And see, Alex isn't even going for Pac-Man anymore because she's so busy fighting the other guy or girl. There we go. Alex finally picking up a point there. Unfortunately dropping her workbox right off the side of, dropping it right off the side of the stage. Yeah, and I'm curious why Pac-Man is the only one going for the extra player. And Alex really has not seemed interested at all in taking that other person. Yeah, so we will have to do some changes to the stage selection before the next event. Next up, we've got two fighters, two heavy hitters going up against each other in Ryu versus Incineroar. This match is gonna be some heavy duty fighting. Hopefully. Let's hope that these guys are able to really pack the proverbial punch and the literal punch in this match. And perfect stage to do it on. Definitely an arena of sorts, instead of a stage, a fancy gimmick stage. It's definitely more of the arena type. Incineroar really incinerating Ryu for that first stock, and really taking the fight to Ryu for the first 30 seconds of this match, rolling right underneath the fireball from Ryu. Ow. Ooh, Ryu really saving himself while putting some heavy damage onto Incineroar there. Incineroar really taking it to Ryu. Ryu not having any luck right now. Just trying to get one stock on Incineroar so that it's not a 3-0 win, just like it was earlier for Terry over Robin. Really trying to avoid that, because you going from a 1-0 record to a 1-1 record with your loss being getting a -3 really puts you at a loss when it comes to finding more matches here in ENC. Yep, and Incineroar taking himself out for that first stock. We're not going to see a 3-0 performance by either of these guys, unfortunately. Incineroar definitely still, there you go, has the chance to take this match pretty easily. And Ryu going out -2 stocks to 2 stocks from Incineroar. Incineroar holding that title that he's got from his Pokemon days. Definitely very, very, very impressive. Now we get on to our last middleweight match of the day, and it is a doozy. It's the two bros going up against each other. It's Luigi versus Mario in the Middleweight Division. Let's just get this one going, because this is a huge, huge, huge match. Mario and Luigi both with 1 win apiece in this season, and if Luigi can pick up this win over Mario and go 2-0, that would be just absolutely insane, considering he went 0-5, 0-3 last year in this division specifically. Picked up his very, very first win ever last week, I believe, versus Roy from Fire Emblem. And it looks like Mario is about to hand Luigi a pretty quick loss if Luigi cannot get it going again. Right now, Mario is really taking it to him. I love the green fire versus the red fire. Always really cool to see. Man, if Mario could finish some of these combos, he would already be up 2 stocks. But unfortunately, Mario is not able to follow through with them. So just putting a lot of damage on Luigi, but not able to finish the hit. Oh, and Mario taking himself out. That is a huge loss for Mario. After all of the damage that he put on Luigi, to then take himself out is just devastating for Mario. And Mario taking himself out for a second stock. Luigi has not gained a stock over Mario yet. Mario just losing it today against Luigi. Really got the sweaty hands, not able to grab onto anything. Really blowing it here against Mario, just almost handing the win over to Luigi, almost like these two agreed before the match that Luigi was gonna win. What a devastating loss this would be for Mario, who went 6-8 last year. Not a horrible record, but definitely not a good one either. And Mario taking himself out in the exact same way 3 times. What a huge win for Luigi, but also what a devastating loss for Mario. A +1 for Luigi and a -2 for Mario for taking himself out once, and somehow getting 2 falls, giving up 2 falls to Luigi, despite Luigi not having anything to do with the 2 falls that Mario had. Man, what a devastating loss that is to Mario, especially that kind of loss. Just wow. It's a very embarrassing loss as well. Up next, we have Bowser and Piranha Plant going up against the newly minted team of the Unlikely Duo. Let's see if they can work together as a team to win today. It is Cloud and Sephiroth. Now this team could go 0 and something the entire season and be totally fine with it, because they just either don't want to work together because they are such hated enemies, or they're going to work together and say, okay, despite the fact that we hate each other this much, we are going to work together to win something, because the two of them together really have something special going up against 2 heavyweights here. Sephiroth is a heavyweight, Cloud is a middleweight, and then the 2 heavyweights of Bowser and Piranha Plant. This is a perfect stage for these 4 to be fighting on. It's smaller, so it's more intimate. There's a little bit of a 2-stage or a 2-layer bit to it, so that everybody's able to kind of have that breather if they need it. Plus, it's a moving stage, so it's a lot harder to concentrate. But yeah, this is just a perfect stage to go to for these 4. We've got Sephiroth and Bowser with 2 stocks, and Piranha Plant and Cloud holding in there with their 3 stocks, with 3 stocks still. Cloud taking out Piranha Plant, and Cloud, the only middleweight in this match, still is the last one to have 3 stocks remaining. Sephiroth taking it to both guys there with those leg sweeps. Oh, Bowser, as soon as Sephiroth got his second wing, his black wing. He got taken out by Bowser. Pretty big elimination there. Sephiroth at 1 stock, Bowser and Piranha Plant and Cloud all at 2. And just because Cloud was the last one to get to 2 stocks doesn't mean he's going to be the last one to get to 1 stock either. Bowser going down to 1 stock. Let's see who gets there first. Yep, just like I said, everybody is now at 1 stock. We are equally matched across the board. Let's see who comes out on top in this nail-biter of a match. Sephiroth getting his 2nd wing. Piranha Plant on the 2nd level. Sephiroth the most in trouble percentile-wise. Just destroying Bowser there, Sephiroth did. Piranha Plant really struggling right now. Really needs to lay a couple good punches, but just not able to take care of these two right now, at least. Just taking a lot of damage. It looks like the unlikely duo is going to end up picking up the win here. And they do. Let's see where these two end up going in the tag team division while they focus on their own records in their singles divisions. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, was the pre-main event, the event before the main event. We are currently finally there, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the main event of the evening. It is Ness versus Lucas. Let's get those cards up there. Ness and Lucas. Now let me tell you something. It's pretty simple to just click a button and have those cards pop up, but it is definitely not simple to just push buttons and have people show up on a screen, because it takes a lot to get through the matches. Just as a reminder, Mii Fighter Gunner, Steve, and Little Mac defeating Young Link, Sheik, and Inkling earlier today. This is the final match of the night. It is the final match in this part of the tag team tournament, and at the Warzone pay-per-view on Sunday, it is going to be the final 4 first round matches in the in the lightweight tournament. It is Yoshi versus Pikachu, Alex versus Mr. Game & Watch, Mewtwo versus Swordsman, Mii Fighter Swordsman, and Isabelle versus Duck Hunt. A lot is riding on these matches so far, and while this final match is taking place, I am going to go through who we have in the second round confirmed so far. We have Diddy Kong going up against another Mii Fighter and Mii Fighter Gunner after taking out Mii Brawler. We have Jigglypuff going up against Little Mac, Olimar going up against Steve, and the winner of the current match going up against Villager. Now, if Ness can take this win today, that would put him at 2-1, and he would be going. It would be 2 former and current tag team champions going up against a former tag team champion and lightweight champion in Ness going up against the current tag team and lightweight champion Villager in the second round of the tournament. How insane is it that in the second round of the tournament we could be seeing a former and current dual champions going up against each other? It's just absolutely nuts. Very, very exciting stuff. be taking that slot up against Villager. We have the former dual champion, lightweight and tag team champion in Ness, taking out his tag team partner who he won a match with earlier in the night, taking on the current dual champion in Villager. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'm going to head out and start putting this card together for Warzone. Get excited, people. Warzone, February 28th, Sunday, live here on Twitch, hopefully, and on the Ethernet Community Wrestling channel. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.